Well, Eskom's results for the year ended March 2013, reporting a 12.2% increase in revenue to 128 billion rand. The power producer also reporting a 5.23 billion rand net profit. CNBC Africa's Tamisho Makanyele found out from Eskom CEO Brian Damas how they planned to keep the lights on here in South Africa. Let's take a look.
You know, that vow has been made some time ago. It stands, and we have also asked South Africans to make the same vow, and that would be to save electricity. And many of them has come forward, and up to now we have been able to keep the lights on. That is our intent, and that's certainly what all of us at Eskom is working on.
Now I'd like to touch on, Medupi. You made the announcement on Monday that you wouldn't be able to come online like you anticipated that you would. I know the minister spoke earlier that he'd put a lot of pressure on a lot of people. In retrospect, given all the happenings in the, that were happening in the construction of Medupi, do you think that you overcommitted?
No, certainly not. You know, we have a project, and many of them that we have contracted with massive companies, both locally and internationally, to deliver this. And, these are not just commitments, these are contractual obligations, and we will expect those to be made. Certainly the pressure helps. We have lots of pressure that we put on contractors to deliver. It's really, as we've indicated Monday, a lot of progress has been made at Medupi, and we're really talking about 3 critical issues that now needs to be resolved in order for us to bring the first unit on load.
You mentioned the project management was a big problem. We don't have the skills. I mean, surely we knew that before. We could have anticipated that we'd be at this point.
Yeah, certainly we knew that, and we supplemented skills at the time, foreign skills to assist in the project management side. But it's an issue not just as far as project management is concerned within Eskom, but you need project management capability within the contractors itself. And I think that is also been a concern. So yes, lots of lessons for us to learn around project management, a lot of skills being built up.
Minister Malusi Gigaba mentioned that he'll be going through, the Director General, as well as a small team will be going through to France to basically speak to Alstom and talk about their displeasure and how they've handled things up to now. Okay, fine, they're going to tell them that they're not happy, but what kind of resolution on what are they going to do differently that were you expecting to hear from them?
I think the importance of the Director General going and some of the Eskom executives is really to get across the message around the importance of what they do, not just for Eskom or the project. This is wider than just the project. It's about the impact it has in terms of the country, our economic growth, the importance of the project, and getting that message across. The remedies from our side remains. We have very clear remedies that we can use, we will use, have used. But what is also very important is we need to solve the problem. It doesn't help everybody fighting. We need to find a solution so that we can move forward.
I'd like to talk about something that I think it'll get a lot of people's emotions going again, and that's with regards to the tariff hikes. You said, last option, you may need to re-engage with NERSA regarding re-looking at the tariffs. I mean, you said not within the next 2 years, but you can't really guarantee that we won't see another one, can you?
From our perspective, we have a massive gap. It's 225 billion rand. We can't just save that. We have a clear game plan for the next 2 years. We're very comfortable around that. This is an issue, it's not an Eskom issue. It's a country issue as to how do we make sure that we have reliable electricity and also cost-effective electricity. And we fully understand the impact on the economy, on customers. We fully understand that. But we have to ensure as a country we make the right decisions in terms of the long-term interests of the country. And we have been here, all of us has been here before. All of us has been here before, where we had tariffs that were below inflation, where we've not invested in new capacity, and now we're having a discussion about Medupi and all the build programs and tariff increases. Certainly as a country, we should not go back there. And so we should learn from that perspective. We have given an indication that certainly we don't believe in the next 2 years that we will be having that discussion with the regulator. But as we said, as a last option, and we will do everything even before we get there, if necessary, for future expansion or what the country needs, that is something that we have to then use.
Now, before I let you go, you requested for 16%. If now we're at that point where it's the last resort, what percentage would you be comfortable with?
I think we first have to make sure we follow all the other steps to make sure we close the gap. And that's what we will do. We said that we will clearly look at additional options of funding. We would look at increase efficiencies in Eskom, and then look at how we re-engineer our business. We'll have to look at the capital. Which part of it should we do and not do? What does Eskom mandate? Should we continue to drive energy efficiency programs in the country? You know, many of the other things. And all of that needs to be clarified. So it's very difficult to say. We cannot say that at this point in time. You know, we asked for 13 as Eskom. 3% was not for us, it was for the independent power producers. So that's 16. We received 6% as Eskom. 2% is for the independent power producers, which is 8. And as the country knows, in the determination, we don't have any accommodation for future expansion beyond Kusile. And that is something, again, that we need to deal with. But it's very difficult to say exactly what that amount